Good job.
Good job, Mommy. Hold it.
You hold it? I wanted to share a little bit of a message of hope, as much as for any of you watching as it is probably for myself as well. Today is Saturday and we are now 7 weeks into our first year of medical school. And let me tell you, it's been rough. Not only was it tough getting here, relocating 3/4 of the way across the country with a 2-year-old on my own on the road, moving in, finding a place to live, getting on 15 different daycare wait lists and hoping that I would have a place to put her before school started. But we've run into so many roadblocks since then as well. Starting with when I was unloading everything into the house, I actually sustained an injury that required surgery. That was a whole other ordeal, just trying to figure out insurance, since having moved here, I didn't have insurance in this state. So I had to run around and try to get that worked out, to then trying to get in to see the correct physicians and specialists for my surgery. And then we finally had our orientation day at school. It was great. I was so excited. There were so many people that I knew from doing my SMP program, and Justice was in daycare the full day. Everything was great until that weekend. That weekend, Justice got very sick, and so I wasn't able to start my first actual day of medical school, or that week, because a few days after her, I then got sick. So we were both home, quite ill. Eventually, we both got better, but then pretty soon after that, Justice got very sick again, and so we were out a little bit longer. I missed pretty much my first 2 weeks of school. There was a period there where Justice was going to daycare. She was feeling great. I was feeling pretty good, but I still kind of had a cough. So in COVID times, a cough is a big no-no. So although I was ready to go to school, I was asked to stay home. So there was even more class that I ended up missing. So we were not off to a really smooth start, to say the least. And then, of course, finally came my surgery date that I had been waiting for, which again kept me out from school. One day in medical school is enough to feel behind for like a month, it feels like. But here we are today, 7 weeks in now. We've both been healthy for a few weeks. Justice has been going to daycare. I've been going to school consistently. I'm doing well. I know I could be doing better. So once we get over some of these hurdles and start to get a more consistent routine and be healthy, things are going to get better. They have to, because of how much we've overcome. I texted a classmate this morning who was checking in on me, and I had to admit that a couple of weeks ago was a really rough patch for me. I felt like I was, to say struggling to stay afloat doesn't even really do it, because I wasn't anywhere near afloat. That wasn't even in reach at all. I was just struggling to survive. I really started to feel myself getting close to falling into a depression. And the thing that kept me from doing that was actually having my daughter. Having Justice, I have to be strong for her. Whatever situation we're in, whatever obstacles we face, I have to be strong for her, because she deserves to have a mother who can give her all the love, all the hugs and the smiles as much as possible. I do have to learn to take some time to be kind to myself, but also reminding me and reminding her that we're doing it. We might not be a 4.0 student right now, but we're doing it. We've come so far, and I'm incredibly proud of all the things we've done despite the struggle. So for you moms out there, you can do it. There will always be obstacles. There will always be naysayers. There will always be people who doubt your capabilities. Loony. If there's one principle to live by, it's don't let anyone else write your story. At the end of the day, be able to walk away from this experience, whether it be at graduation or sometime before then if you need to. But be able to walk away saying you did your very best, that you made no excuses, that you did not let anyone else's expectations be your fulfilling prophecy. Be the author of your own story. And at the end of the day, be proud of the choices you've made. You can do it. We're doing it. You can do it too.